Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Michael, and today we're going to be talking about Black Friday deals. I'm very excited to talk about it, as you might be able to tell. But before we get going, I'm going to let you know that I will be linking this full list here from the VI Control website, which has like a full list of everything that's just on sale or some kind of deal, so that you can go through it on your own and take a look. Otherwise, I've highlighted a handful of libraries here that I think you'd be interested in, especially if you're like a new person in the trailer business here. So I'm going to start with Metropolis Ark 1. So Metropolis Ark 1 is badass. It's heavy hitting. It's just like it's like a super wet library. Everything just sounds like trailerized. It's awesome. It is expensive. I guess it depends who you're talking to, but it is expensive relative to some of these other libraries in general. It is 274 euros, as you can see right here. I'm not sure what VAT means. I'm not sure if that just means like tax. I'm just ignorant to the situation, but I did buy it a long time ago, and it was pricey on my Canadian credit card. Let's just say that. But the library sounds amazing. It might not be the most versatile of all these libraries here. It might not be the best one to start with. It could be, depending on what you like, but just a couple things that stand out to it is like everything just sounds really great. The strings are heavy. The brass sounds just really great. Like the short strings are not broken down into different instruments. It's just high strings and low strings. That's kind of like a negative to me, but they sound really good. So if you want like a violin or just a viola on its own, you won't get that with this library. Obviously, you can go through the descriptions and just look through everything. One thing that does stand out actually has a pretty good choir. I really enjoy the choir. I use it every once in a while. So Metropolis Ark 1, I do recommend it. To just maybe if it's your first library, it might not be the best for you. Maybe it is. Obviously, to give a listen to somebody's playthrough of the library, but it's awesome. Let's move on to the next one. And just as I forgot to mention, it's normally 549 euros. So that is quite the sale. So let's go next to Nucleus. So Nucleus is maybe the most well-rounded library that I'll talk about today. Normally $449 USD. It is going for $225 USD. It has woodwinds, it has brass, it has strings, it has percussion. I think it has a little bit of like sound design stuff in there. It's just really good. It's a great place to start if you just want a library that does just so many instruments. It might not be the best, just the most tailored to trailer music, kind of like I was talking about Metropolis Ark. It's not tailored necessarily to trailer music, but it really is the most versatile. I really like this library, and I use it a lot for doubling, depending on the song. But I really do like this library. So next, I want to talk about. I meant to have a link ready, but here it is. Jaeger. Now I think this might be the best deal on the whole out of all the things I'm talking about. Normally $599 US, going for $299. This I love Jaeger. I just think it's awesome. It doesn't have the woodwinds like Nucleus has, but it has short strings broken into different instruments. So you get violins, you get violas, you get cellos, all separate, unlike Metropolis Ark, which puts them all in one group, the high and the lows. But Jaeger, it just sounds really great. There's a lot of there's a lot of knobs you can mess with just to custom like different mic positions, and you can mess with your reverb. I think this might be the best deal, and I think it's probably the best place to start if you have no libraries right now. You're just like, I don't know, where do I start? Jaeger might be the best place to start with. Highly recommended. And you can see these they could put anything up on their screen, but 10 out of 10s, pretty solid beginning. Next, we've got Cinematic Studio Series. Now, this one isn't necessarily for new people. This is maybe for someone who has like a string library and they want to take it to the next step, because these strings are just really nice sounding. They really have a great sound. They're pretty CPU heavy, so if your computer maybe can't handle it, it might not be the best library for you, but they just sound awesome. So normally $400, 25% off, as you can see at the top there. I bought this, I think, within the last year, and it's kind of like my main library now for long strings. I still use it for short strings as well, but for the long strings specifically, it's really good. I like it a lot. And if you want, you could also go to the brass, because they have brass, woodwinds, piano. I only personally own the studio strings, so I can't really speak about anything other than that. So let's move on to the next one. Next, we've got Komplete 14. I bought I think it was Komplete 11 back in the day when I was starting out, because it just comes with so much stuff. This, I guess this might be the most versatile one out of everything we were talked about, now that I think about it, because it comes with like synthesizers, it comes with brass, it comes with strings. I like it comes with a bunch of plugins. I can't even speak about it anymore because I've been kind of out of the game for too long when using it. But if it's anything like the ones I've used in the past when I used Komplete 12, like I still use stuff from Native Instruments for Komplete. I just don't have 14, but there's just so much stuff in here. It's hard. It's just hard for me to like at least not mention it to you so you take a look. Now you can see here in the bottom right corner, it's saying, because I have an account and I've already bought Komplete before, it's saying for me to update it would be $200. I think that would be 200 Canadian, so it might be less if you're American. And it's saying you save 4,000. That's kind of just like marketing speak. On your end, I think I wrote it down. It had Contact Komplete was $599 US flat out for just the standard version. I think there's 3 different versions. Go through, see if anything like you're like, oh, I need all this stuff, or maybe you don't need any of it, but it really does come with just a bunch of stuff. It's at least worth looking at. So yeah, that's Contact Komplete, or Contact 14 standard. Next, I saw Trailer Brass was on sale. Now this one it's the 20th today, so I don't know when this deal started, but it's $129. It's going back to $250. I don't know if that means on the 22nd, but it sounds like as of tomorrow it would be back to $250. This is just something. If it goes back on and you miss it, just wait until another time. It'll go on sale, or buy it outright. It's a great library. The reason why I brought this up is because $129 for this brass is awesome. It's so aggressive. It's one of those ones where like trailer music, bop bop bop. I don't know why I made bop 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 sounds, but this stuff hits hard. It just sounds like grimy in a good way. I love throwing it on with all my other, like I'll double it with something else and it just sounds beautiful. It's just awesome. I love trailer brass. I know they got strings and stuff like that. I've never touched those, but I really like trailer brass. It's something worth looking at. Maybe you need, maybe you have some of the libraries I mentioned before and you need something just to double. Trailer brass is great. Check it out. Let's move on to the next one. Next one, we got Damage 2. So if you have been like on those like Facebook pages or the different Discord pages where they're talking about instruments, Damage is talked about all the time. It's like kind of the standard for percussion. It's awesome. Damage 1 was great. If you own Damage 1, you can buy it. You get $70 off. There it is. $70 off if you own the original Damage. So you can upgrade to Damage 2 for a discount. If not, it's on sale for $250 when it's normally $400. This library is just perfect for trailer music. It's really versatile. It comes with so much stuff. Even when like I'll watch people play around with it. And I'm like, I didn't even know that was in Damage, and I've had it since it released. I have no idea. Probably tells me I need to look at more walkthrough videos. But Damage 2 is an amazing amazing percussion library. I think it actually at one point came with Contact Komplete, like the more expensive version. So take a look at Contact to see if you're like, well, I'm already thinking about getting Contact. Maybe it's worth upgrading to the highest one so that you get Damage, assuming it's there. Yeah, Damage is awesome. Really love Damage. Next, let's talk about the Devastator stuff. This is just like, I've kind of got the whole page here. On the left here, this is what I started out with. It was Evolution Devastator Deathmatch, and I believe I got like a bundle where it came with, or no, sorry, I got Evolution Devastator, and then it came, which I think was this one was the expansion, which was Evolution Devastator Deathmatch. This is very hybrid, trailer music-y, kind of like Brahms and benders and downers. It sounds like it sounds like the way it looks on the photo, if that makes sense. Like that's a great interpretation of the sounds. It's just like weird glitchy sounds. It's awesome Brahms. It's just very like dirty sounds. And I love it. It's like my favorite. So you can this is a good spot to start. I would look into Devastator Breakout Pro and Warzone as I would listen to each of them individually because they have like, you can like hit the play button and it'll kind of play just like a couple tracks of people playing around with these instruments. I would look at those and be like, because one of them is like beats. It gives you like hi-hats and snares. if you don't like, if you're not into that right now, like why bother getting that? It might not be for you, but there's one of these might fit into what you're looking for right now. I have Warzone, I have Break, I have them all. I think they're all great. Basically, right now it's almost hard for me to even remember like which one does which, because I just use them all. To me, they're just all one big library of Devastator. I really love Devastator. So it's something that if you're into that kind of trailer music, like maybe you're only writing like piano tracks, this probably has nothing to do with anything you're gonna want to write with. So like, don't even bother. But if you're just like looking for some like grimy sounds that like you're just like, what is that? Like, it's just sound design to the max. It's awesome. I love it. I wasn't gonna talk about Rise Engine at the bottom here. I don't personally own it, but this is just like a risers and suckbacks, just a bunch of cool like FX kind of stuff that you might want to check out. But I don't own it, so I won't go too in depth into it. But out of all these things, I really think that these are great. I'm gonna just kind of talk about all of them. I love Heaviosity's damage too. It's in my template, as we mentioned in my other template video. You got to have damage in there. Trailer Brass is great. It just sounds like it might not be on sale by the time it gets you, but if it is, then maybe grab it. Contact Complete, out of all these ones, it's the one I know the least about, but I really enjoyed when I bought Contact 12. Cinemax Studio strings, more for like advanced people who want really great sounding strings, but their computer can handle it. Jaeger, again, that's the one I think is probably the best deal out of all this here. And Metropolis Ark here is just a great sounding library that hits really hard. Great choirs, great strings, great brass. It's great. And I didn't mention the prices here, but the prices are here. So like most, they're going for $199. Now they're $89.99. That the deal is probably like half off, because more than half, because they are getting a little older. So that is something that you can keep in mind when you're buying more sound design related libraries, is that these sounds have been around a while, so they're more likely to have been used in tracks. So you might think, well, maybe it's not worth grabbing it because those sounds have already been used to, over and over and over again. But the great thing about them is that you can kind of mess around with them and mangle them to your liking. But I love Devastator. I love all these libraries. So I don't really think you can go wrong. If you have any questions about the libraries, just shoot me a message in the comments and I'll do my best to answer you. But otherwise, I just wanted to kind of mention these libraries as something that when I saw them on sale, I was like, ooh, that's something people should look at. So check them all out. Let me know if you end up picking anything up. I love to talk about these libraries. They're awesome. So have a great day and happy shopping. Hopefully you only spend money on things you have to buy, nothing that you're just buying for the sake of buying. But have a good weekend. Well, it's the weekend right now. Have a good life.